Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Nandito po ako sa inyong harapan upang turuan ko kayo kung paano mag-isolba ng problemang derivative gamit ang chain rule. Una, ipapakilala ko muna ang aking sarili. Ako pala si Michelangelo Olavides at ipapakilala ko din ang aking mga kasamahan. At ito ay si...
Ako po si Christian Clarence Casabol.
At ito...
Dominic Jan David.
Sapagkat, sa kasawirang palad, may miyembro kaming hindi nakapunta dahil pumunta ng ibang planeta upang hanapin ang kanyang problema o ang solusyon sa kanyang problema. At ito ay si May Ann Culana. So, hindi na natin ito patatagalin pa. In 3, 2, 1, let's go!
So hi guys, so our first example in finding the derivative using chain rule, we have this example 3x cubed plus x minus 5 raised to the power of 5. So first, we have to bring down 5 here. So we put this 5. Then copy the 3x cubed plus x minus 5. So you observe, we bring down 5 here, so we will put 5 minus 1. Because we already bring down 1. So then times the derivative of 3x cubed plus x minus 5. So how do we get the derivative of 3x cubed plus x minus 5? So we just have to multiply cube here to 3. So 3 times 3 is equals to 9. 9x. Since we multiply cube here, so we have to deduct it by 1. So we look up 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. So we put here 2. Then plus 1. So why 1? 1 because the value of x here is always 1, so we put 1 here. Then we will remove negative 5 because since it has no x. Then we bring down 5. Then copy this one. Copy the derivative. Then this one. Then we just have to simply distribute 5 to 9x squared plus 1. So 5 times 9 is equals to 45. So we have 45 x squared plus 5. And then you just bring down 3x cubed plus x minus 1. So you have and so here it is. You got the final answer. So the derivative of 3x cubed plus x minus 5 raised to the power of 5 is 4x squared plus 5, 3x cubed plus x minus 5. Raised to the power of 4.
So now for the next equation of finding derivative of the following, f of x equals to square root of 2x squared plus 7 is how to find the derivative of this using chain rule. First things first is, in this equation, we can modify the radical sign into an exponent. So how to do that? First is we have to bring down the 2x squared plus 7 with close open parentheses. Then we have to modify the radical sign into exponent, and the exponent of this square root is 1/2. So now that was the modified square root. Then next step is we have to transpose the 1/2 into the equation and bring down the equation. 2x squared plus 7, then bring down the 1 up. Every exponent is we have to use -1, so to minus 8, because that was the rule of the derivative. Then next step is we have to find the derivative of the 2x squared plus 7. So how we can find it? First, we have to bring down the 1 half, then bring down the equation of the 2x squared plus 7, then copy the 1 half to the -1. Then finding the derivative of this, we have to multiply the exponent of 2 into the numerical number. So how to find the derivative of this situation is this. Multiply it by bring down the exponent of 2, then the numerical number, then copy the x. Because 7 has no exponent also, so we cannot derive that numerical number. Then next step is we have to multiply the 2 to the 2x. The answer will be 4x. The next step is we have to transpose the 4x into the 1 up, so we can multiply the 1 up and find the answer and the following. Then copy the 4x, then the 1 up, then copy the rest of all except for this, because the answer of this is because we transpose it into this equation. 2x squared plus 7, then 1 up minus 1. Then next step is we have to multiply the 4x to the 1 up, then minus the 1 up into -1. So this will be the following. The answer of the 4x multiplied to 1 up is 2x. Then copy the equation and minus the 1 up to -1. 2x squared plus 7 equals to -1 up. So and this will be the answer. Then we have to simplify it so that the negative sign of the 1 up can be positive now. So the answer will be 2x over 2x squared plus 7 close open parentheses, then positive 1 up. In this situation, we can simplify it by the exponent will be modified into radical sign. So the 1 up will be now a square root, and this will be the answer, final answer. F prime of x equals to 2x over square root of 2x squared plus 7, and this will be the final answer.
So we have here the next example. So this kind of example, we can see that there is a radical sign. So in order to change the radical sign, is you have to put in mind that radical sign is always equals to 1/2. And since it is 1/2, then we have 3 over here, so it will become 1/3. So we have 9x squared minus 4, 1/3. Then perform the operation. So we have here, bring down 1/3, copy 9x squared minus 4, then we're gonna deduct 1/3 to 1. So we have 1/3 minus 1 is equals to negative 2/3. Then multiply it to the derivative of 9x squared minus 4, which is 18x. after that, we're gonna bring down 18x here and bring it to the left side in order to multiply it to 1/3. So we have the 18x. Then simply copy. Okay. After that, you just have to simply multiply 1/3 to 18x. So 1/3 times 18x is equals to 6x. Then copy that 9x squared minus 4. And we have this one. So since the exponent here is negative, so we have to bring it down and put it in a denominator in order to change the negative into positive. So we have 6x over 2 over 3. Then after this one, don't ever forget to change it into a radical form like the one in the given. So it will become then you got, so here is the final answer. So the derivative of 9x squared minus 4 1/3 is equals to 9x squared.
So now, let's proceed to the next example of finding the derivative using the chain rule. This kind of example, we need to transpose, then the exponent will become negative. So now, let's apply the operation. 8x minus 5 raised to the power of negative 4. First, let's put negative 4, then copy 8x minus 5 raised to the power of negative 4 minus 1. 8x minus 5 multiplied by the derivative of 8x minus 5, which is 8. So, copy negative 4, then transpose 8 here, then copy 8x minus 5 raised to the power of negative 5. Then multiply negative 4 and negative 4 times 8 is equals to negative 32. Then copy again 8x minus 5 raised to the power of negative 5. Because the exponent is negative, therefore, we need to bring it down in order to change the negative to positive. So now, this is the final answer. F of x is equals to negative 32 over 8x minus 5 raised to the power of positive 5.
So hi guys, I am the missing one and I found out the solution of my problem. And this is the last example. Finding the derivative. F of x is equals to 3 square root of 6x plus 3 to the power of 2. So first step, we need to copy 6x y6. The derivative of 6x plus 3 is equals to 6. Next is we need to put 2 over 3 side by side. So 2 over 3 copy 6x plus 3 the power of 2 minus 2 over 3 minus 1 multiplied by 6. 2 over 3 times 6. We need to put here. 2 over 3 multiplied by 6. Copy 6x plus 3. 2 over 3 minus 1 equals to negative 1 over 3.
I miss you, ma'am.
2 over 3 times 6 is equal to 4. Copy 6x plus 3 to the power of negative 1/3. 6x plus 3 to the power of negative 1/3. Since we come up with a negative exponent, we need to make it to a simplest radical form. 4 as our numerator, 6x plus 3 negative 1 over 3 as our denominator. So 3 multiplied by the square root of 6x plus 3. And this is the final answer.
Sana may natutunan kayo sa ginawa namin tutorial video. Thanks for watching!